Right, so we're on the motorway. We've got a free trial of Navigate on Autopilot or Enhanced Autopilot. This is a really, it's a video that I'm not planned to do, but we were in the car right now and the car is driving itself. We have just overtaken a slower moving vehicle. It asked us to indicate to confirm that we wanted to go past. Not sure what's going to happen now. Well, we've got a turning in 9 miles. I'm still concentrated on the road. We are in the centre lane as indicated here, and I'm looking at the road. You would assume that we would pull back. It's not pulling back, so I'm going to indicate and see if the car moves back itself. No, it doesn't. Okay, this is all new to us. We've not tried this out before. Like many Tesla owners, we get in the UK, we're getting a chance to try out the Enhanced Autopilot, which I think costs about £3,400 on top of the purchase price as an add-on. Right, let's see what happens here. This lorry is pulled out in front of us. Lane change, it's saying, so let the car move itself. It's quite unnerving having to, like I say, my hands on the wheel, eyes are on the road. It's a bit unnerving, unsettling, letting the car overtake for you. Now, you see, if I was driving, I'd want to pull back in now. So I'm going to indicate, yeah, because I've pulled across now, it's cancelled the autopilot. So I'm going to tap down twice and autopilot's back on. 7.3 miles now to the turn off. So basically we're going from the M62 to the M180. So I'm guessing it doesn't have the facility to move you back into the slower lane. Probably in the US that's not an issue. I mean, all lanes, I believe, in the US are sort of equal speeds. There's no fast and slow lane. Right, confirm lane change. So I'm changing lane now to go past this slower moving white van. But again, now I'm sat in the outer lane and really I need to move back across. Yeah, it's moving me back across now. Right, okay, so that is clever. I would like to move back into the other lane now, into the left lane of this one, but it's not giving me that option. 6 miles to the turn off. Like I say, this is the first time we've used this. We have used the summon feature, which has proved to be, here we go. Oh, it did offer me then to go left into the left lane. Now it's stopped, not sure why. Maybe it's seeing that car right over there and is thinking stay in the middle lane. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, we've used the summon feature. Not overly useful, I don't think. You've got to be stood right next to the car for it to connect, and even then it's quite patchy. It kept disconnecting. I'll do another video on that shortly. So now 5 miles to the turn off. We've got a tanker pulling out onto the road here. We're still in the middle lane.
Don't know if it affects us, but there was a sign saying M180 closed junction 1 and 2.
Right, so now we're approaching a slower vehicle in the middle lane here, and he's out offering me the chance to move across, which I've indicated, which is confirming to the car that I'd like to move. And now we're in the outer lane. 3.8 miles to the turn off. I mean, as this stands, I mean, there's still a lot of input from me as a driver. Obviously, I'm still concentrating on the road to see whether it's going to move me back across. Right, so I'm indicating to move back now. It presumably checks around the car and then we'll move into the middle lane. Yeah, so it is taking some of the tasks away from me as a driver, but there's still a lot of input still. Albeit, maybe I'm overly grumbling, but you know, the car is driving itself, it's steering itself, it's keeping the speed. But I did notice then that the illuminated signs in the middle of the carriageway were saying 60. So I'm going to drop that down to a little bit. Right, is it wanting me to move in again? Right. So the car now is overtaking this white van. White van is now pulling across 2.4 miles to the turn off. I'll just run this video up to the turn off and see how that actually works out, because I appreciate this is probably already running quite long. We'll play around with this for the rest of the day, see how we get on with it, and whether it would be at some point worthwhile paying like a one-off monthly subscription if you was going on a long holiday around Europe or something. Right, so that car in front of us now, the van is moving.
Due to accident.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that. 1.5 miles to the turn off. Personally, I'd have moved across into the inner lane, the first lane if you like, the slower moving lane by now. 1.2 miles, right, upcoming lane change. Tap to cancel. No, I don't want to cancel. Really, we're 1 mile to the turn off. I really need to be getting past this. So I'm going to accelerate past this van, and then it's wanting me to move across, so I'm going to indicate now. No, I'm going to take over. This is...
No, but yeah, got half a mile to get over there.
Yeah. Sharon's showing the carriageway. We've got the exit signs now. I'm going to put autopilot back on. 0.2 miles left to the exit. Is the car going to go off? Yes, it is, and it is indicating. And I've done nothing.
Now take exit 35 on the left.
In the middle of two lanes now. It's not knowing what to do.
It's jerking about
It
a
is,
little bit.
it's jerking from side to side. Yeah, I didn't like that. I'm going to ignore its request to overtake this green vehicle, and we'll just stick at this speed for now. It's still asking if I want to overtake these vehicles, and I'm saying not right now. There's a car fast approaching behind. But if it asks again, I will. Yes, I'm indicating now. Right, so we've overtaken, the car's still steering, accelerating up to 70 past these two lorries. Now as we pass this lorry, I'd want to move into the middle lane myself. It's not offering that. It wants to stay in this lane. Would be nice to just indicate left, just to push us into that middle lane. I feel like I'm sort of sat doing 70 in the fast lane and there's cars approaching from behind.
There is, you need to pull across.
Right lane change, it's offering it, I'm going to take it. And you're getting the screen as well.
Yep.
Right, this lorry's pulling out, but I'm just going to go with it, he's going to have to wait. It's the unknown quantity of how does this thing work. I mean, I've got used to using autopilot on the motorway, on those rare occasions where we've been to Tesla leads, and it is very useful. But this is just, you would have to get used to this, I think, like anything. Right, I've overtaken that car now. I'd like to move across, indicating the car starting to move across. For reference, we've got this set on Mad Max setting for overtaking. I'm not quite sure whether that's just the how keen it is at offering to overtake. It seems to be doing things fairly smoothly and safely. And it looks like ahead 3.3 miles. Yeah, I know this road. It's we have to stay in the centre lane rather than veer off to the left. That in the US, and this is just a guess, that legislation there allows that maybe, and I've not really watched anybody's videos, but perhaps that across there maybe their Teslas overtake automatically and don't require that additional input from yourself to push up or push down the indicator stalk. Heading to a Tesla Supercharger. It's pretty much the destination where we're going, but because it's southbound and we need to head back north when we're finished, we're doing what we're doing, we're getting the charge on the southbound side of the carriageway. There is no charger on the right hand side.
Oh my gosh!
It's okay, it's okay. I'm in control. Because there we've got the lane of traffic waiting to exit the motorway. The car was wanting to slam on, bring the car to a halt, I think. But anyway, I've taken control again. It's a big queue of traffic waiting to get off. Keep breathing. So, like I was saying, we're going to Tesla Supercharger. It's only available on the. There's only a Tesla Supercharger on the southbound carriageway. So there's no option to charge on the other side coming back. So the car's been preconditioning the battery since we left home about an hour ago. Again, that's like a first for us. We've not really supercharged before. So we'll see what rates we pull. Right, I'm double tapping down again, autopilot back on. I'm just going to separate the space back to 7 vehicles. I think that incident there just proves that there's absolutely no taking your eyes off the road. You've got to have your foot over the brake and the accelerator, hands on the wheel, because at any minute, any moment, I'm sure the car would have done what it needed to do to keep us safe, but it made more sense not to slam on at that point. Right, so we're coming up to sort of the final exit. It is trying to push me across to speed past these lorries, which I'm not going to do. We're laying from that last exit, just using common sense. We just need to sit in this lane for now. So 1.7 miles to the exit. Had a couple of occasions when basically it seemed safer for me to take over. I think for me, just as a on-the-spot conclusion to this, is that whilst it is pretty useful, I think I'd be happy to stick with just regular autopilot. And the reason for that is that once, you know, if it's very busy like today, I'd rather be making these decisions myself about overtaking and lane changes. Which of course, the final decision to make that lane change or whatever in, well, overtaking vehicles is down to myself, because I've got to indicate it on the stop to confirm that I want to do it. But no, I just think as it stands, autopilot on its own is enough for us. Right, so Woodhall service is coming up now, half a mile to the junction according to the sign, and 0.6 miles according to the display. And I'm going to let this take us off here, and then I'll take over to the supercharger. I mean, this is British roads. I mean, if you would say in France, where roads are, where roads are wide and more numbers of lanes and crazier drivers, I don't think it would be safe. But that's, who's to say? Right, hopefully it's indicating now. Yes, it is. It was a bit of a last minute decision for it. Right, I'm taking over now. I'm going to keep this video all as one long video. I'll edit out as much as I can to keep it as short as I can. But ultimately, this is the first time that we've supercharged preconditioning all the way from the start of the journey. It's still saying preconditioning now. We did supercharge. We was on a course in Sheffield a few weeks back.
In 500 feet.
And we supercharged then, but there was no real preconditioning. So this is different in that respect. So I know it's just around here somewhere. In fact, it's just where there's no entry signs
is on the right.
So yes, it'll be interesting to see what rate we pull on this. Gonna try and choose a bay that is not linked to another bay. So let's have a look what this one is. 1A, 1B. Let's go with 1A then. Observe my super duper reversing skills. We have no scuffs on the alloys as of yet. This could change that. That's perfect. Reversing up to the rubber bumper, I think. Do we think? Can I go up to it? Yeah,
there you go, touched it.
Right, time to plug in. Right, so we have this type, which is a Type 2. Type 2 then, and now we can't get back in. Anyway, and then we have the CCS one, which is this one. I'm going to drag this a little bit. Plug that into there. I think that's it. Right, let's run back to the car inside and see what we're getting. Is it charging? Right, so there we go. 3 kilowatts, 4 kilowatts. Well, you can see what it's doing. Hopefully that's going to ramp up a little bit now. The last time we supercharged, we were a little disappointed with the rates we were getting, but we hadn't at that point, the car hadn't pre-conditioned. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate the car isn't at a low state of charge, 46%, but 85, 86 kilowatts, that's the way it's going to be.
It's better than an EMV.
Yeah, well, we used to have a Nissan EMV 200, and at times we were pulling 17 on a rapid charger. So yeah, this is much preferable. So if I just set this now to set the limit, and I'm going to put it to 80. I'll try to. There we go. Done. So is that really 20 minutes remaining? Because of the rapid speeds involved here, we are somewhat sceptical, having, like I say, in our previous EV sat for hours on end. That seems pretty good. We've barely got time for a wee and a sandwich. Right, so anyway, that's a bit of a ad hoc type of video, made off the cuff, as it were. Not overly. I'm not going to get any negative criticism by saying, look, I'm not overly impressed with the enhanced autopilot. I can see the benefits of it, but there's still too much input required from me as a driver, whereby, and like I say, with the busy roads, it just seems a little bit too, I don't know, like the car's got too much to think about, too much to do in busy traffic, that the human brain is much preferable and much safer in many ways. But anyway, that's our personal experience of using it for the first time. You know, I'm sure, like with anything, if you view something a number of times, you become more au fait with it, and it becomes a little bit more second nature. But you know, right now it's I'm not going to probably use it on the way back. We might do, we'll give it a try, but Sharon's nerves probably won't take it, because it was a bit of a fright for her when that lorry pulled out. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll be back with some more interesting videos soon, some more sort of pre-thought out videos, but for now, thanks again, all the very best, and we'll see you soon. Bye.